Alright, welcome back everybody to the MPC 500 tutorials. Obviously, if you're completely new to the MPC, I would recommend going and watching the first couple of videos so that you can kind of understand how the MPC works and make a beat with the basics. Today, what I'm going to show you is the effects section, so they got some EQ, compression in there, and a few extra things that I'm going to show you, and also the slider, so you can use that in, well, I'll just show you in the video. Alright, so let's just get straight into it. Obviously I've got the screen camera, so hopefully you can follow it easy enough. So because it's a drum loop, you can hear that the hi-hats maybe aren't so defined, so I'm going to go, to get to the effects section, you go mode and effect. It's going to say effect send. Say we're doing an EQ and a compression. You go about 4 clicks to the right, and this asks you if you want to put 2 effects on. Just click yeah, and on the first effect we're going to select an EQ, so scroll over to find that, and the second effect we want a compressor, like that. Find our drum loop, which is on pad 1, send it to effects 1, like that, and now we can go over to the EQ. If you don't really know how EQs like this work, then I'll link my video up here so that you can go and check that out. Obviously you've got the high frequency band, and 8000 is the place that it's hitting at. I'd say, you know, hi-hats, they're probably around 8000. It comes already with a kind of preset on it, but obviously you don't have to use that. You can mess with it yourself, so hopefully you can hear that. You can just turn it off by obviously putting the gain to 0, because then it doesn't alter anything. Now the low frequency is probably, I don't know, it's not as functional as an EQ that you get on a computer and a rack, obviously. Let's see, if we want to boost the kick, you'd find where the kick is. I reckon it's probably about 90 or 100, and then we'd go over here, boost it 7 or something, so let's hear that. You don't have to save this or anything because it'll save it in its memory. Obviously, once you're done with what you're working on for today, then you're going to want to save it, and you can check out the saving video in the playlist. We want to go into the second effect, and this is the compressor. I'd say because it's a drum break, we might put a bit of the glue compression. Again, if you want to check out the video, I'll leave it up here or whatever. We maybe want the threshold probably around 20. Remember the ratio, put it around 2, but for the sake of this video we'll put it 4 so that you can hear what I'm doing. Attack needs to be around maybe 20, and then the release is around kind of 60, 50 to 75, that kind of thing, so you can put it anywhere there. And as you can see, threshold, gain, ratio, attack and release are all the same things that you'd find on a compressor just anywhere really. I think it's the fact that you can't see the knobs and the graphs that might confuse people a bit. You can always turn the effects off to A-B it by just going here, so off and like that. So this with it off. Quite a big difference there really. Obviously we have got other effects, use a reverb or something, you've got delay, and also a grunger on a bass line might sound good. Right, so I've just dragged up a sample here. And it's got a strong bass and all that, so maybe for a verse section you might want to filter out highs for that to create a bit of variation. Obviously the MPC, it can only hold 2 effects buses, so now that we've used up the 2 effects on the drums, we're going to have to use a different way of filtering out the highs. How you do that is you go mode and program. It'll take you here to program select. You scroll maybe 5 to the right where it goes filter. The filter is the cutoff point, so obviously if we use the number key and maybe put it down to 30 like that, a lot of sound is going to be cut off like this, and if we roll it down even more, maybe 10, you just get those bass frequencies like that. Another thing you can control the filter with is the slider. So if we go mode and pad 1, which has slider under it, if we've got the slider on filter mode and we have it all the way at the top, nothing of the high filter is going to be filtered out. But say we start dragging it to the bottom, if you drag it down to the bottom, nothing is going to be coming through. You can also change it to something like pitch, go tune, and you can always go. So yeah, I hope you followed this video alright, and I hope you learned and enjoyed it. If you're new to the MPC and you really don't know what's going on, I recommend you watch the first 2 or 3 videos. If you do enjoy these videos and you want to kind of know more, then I'd recommend subscribing so that you know when I post this kind of content, and I'll see you in the next one.